Hey everybody, it's me, Carson, also known as Emberwick. Today we're going to be going through the Tales from Myriad Urban Exploration and City Planning demo. I'm going to be doing this at the request of a few people on the Tales from Myriad Discord. So, well, let's just get right into it. Information about shipping and where Tales from Myriad is at as a physical product will be at the end of this video, so stick around for that. So, city planning is not terribly difficult. You just use little grids like this. I always come into Word and I do it. The urban exploration is done by traveling through the squares, and a collection of squares becomes a district. And I just use color coding and little letters and stuff in here to do that. So I've got up here, as you can see, the districts. I have a dice roller off to the side that you can't see, and I'm going to be rolling for these districts. So 10, I'll re-roll that. 6. Religious district, easy. We'll just do that up here. Change the color, yellow. That's a religious color. 5. Academic. Ooh, let's put these guys at the opposite ends because that'll be funny. Little mauve-y color there. Again, residential district. Residential next to religious. Why not? We'll get these. Green. Green's a residential color. 4. Commerce. Oh, right in between. A little bit annoying, but hey, why not? So right there. We'll put this right in the middle as the city center, and I'm going to be doing that so that I can show you guys how main roads work later. So, city center will be orange. Okay. So, the next thing, we've already got that. Potential district capitals over here. We're going to be rolling D10s for each of those. So religious, probably going to be a religious building, but I don't have to roll, but I will. Why not? 4, an inn or a tavern. Well, that's going to be in the commerce district. Easy peasy. That's going to be right here. I'm going to mark that as, if this is A, B, C, and D, we're going to do C1. All right, next. 3, a tower. Academic, easy. I'm also going to tuck that into the back. That's going to be D1. Next, 1, a plaza. Plaza city center, easy. E1. Next, 2, palace, castle, or manor. A manor, a religious district. Well, manor, we could put that in the religious district. The residential district. B1. Finally, 10. Graveyard or cemetery. Well, the difference being one of those shows up next to churches. Easy. All right, so things to find per zone. We're going to be writing here. We're going to write down each of our zones. A is going to be religious. B, residential. What was that one? Commerce? Cool. So, let me see. Religious, in parentheses, I'm going to write cemetery. Or is it a graveyard? It's fine. That's not how you spell that, apparently. Cemetery. Residential, manor. Commerce. Inn. Academic. Tower. Nice. Oh, city center. Was plaza. Okay. All right. So the next thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be rolling on the things to find per zone. It's very important in city building to make sure that no matter where the players are going, no matter what they're doing, they're going to be running into stuff. Just by walking around, they're going to be bumbling into plot and so on. So the things that we have here: clues, secrets, treasure and goodies, and danger. I don't really know what the plot of this area is, but we're just going to roll this up. Clues, very important. You can combine 2 clues to make a secret. All cities have like this big secret. That's just how they work. That's just how cities are in real life as well. So you get little clues that may direct people towards other locations or what they need to be doing. All right, clues. Let's see. I'm going to be rolling a d4 now. Go. 1. Well, the religious place has a clue. I don't know what the clue is yet, but it has one. Go again. 4. Danger. Oh, well, I mean, obviously. What religious district does not have danger? Has a way of, coming out in the wash. All right, next zone, B, the residential zone, has a secret. Well, probably in the manor, honestly. And it has 3, treasure and goodies. Also probably in the manor. Next, the Commerce District 1, a clue. Well, I'll be. Clue and 2 clues? No. Treasure. Okay. Treasure in the academic area. No secrets yet. Secret? No. Double treasure? Also no. Danger? Naturally. And the city center. City center should probably have a secret. We'll see if the game lets that happen. 3. Treasure. Is that so? And a clue. I have not rolled a single secret. So there's going to be a secret in the city center. I don't care. I can do what I want. Whoop. Nice. Okay. Moving on. Plazas and barriers. So plaza type, that's going to be easy. We have a plaza in the city center. The plaza type is, roll d4, 2, commerce. Well, obviously. So E1, right here. Commerce, bazaar, plaza. Nice. I'm gonna make this text smaller somehow. Oh dear. Oh, nice, found it. 9. Okay. And barriers. Barriers are the barriers between the zones. It's going to determine how difficult or easy it is to get anywhere. These, the little white spots, are going to be the main streets. That being said, we can still roll. So D6 for that. Go. A 4. Soft. Well, this means that there's going to be bridges here. I'm going to make them... Let's do this. Easy. Bridges. Little canals. Go again for this. 6. Ooh, hard. Interesting that there would be such a hard divide, but it could mean that this area is walled in. I'm going to make this blue. It's going to be a river. It's going to be very difficult to get through. Probably put a river down here as well, so it would flow through. I can just go that. There we go. So a little bit harder. You can cross, but, well, wait. Doesn't make any sense. Let's go again. 4. Soft. Oh, wow. Also a bridge right here. Nice. We got a little river. It's like it's failed to connect there, but you can go up and around. Next area. 3. None. Easy to walk across. Boop. Nice. Ooh. Hope those knuckle pops didn't come up. Whoop. Yeah, so that being said, that's pretty much it. We've already blocked out the initial design of this place. I don't know what the lore is, but we know that there's a secret here sitting in E1. There's a manor up here. This is residential. So we'll just come up with a little plot here. Well, we know that the main secret is sitting here in the city center in like this little bizarre plaza place, and that there's a manor up here that also has a secret. And we have a river. Treasure, danger, and the academic tower. Well, let's just cook up a little plot here. The city center is a bazaar. It's not like a main building. I think that sewers are great. So we're going to say that there is secret connection between the manor and the bazaar, where an eccentric collector is smuggling magical creatures through the sewers and occasionally unintentionally unleashing havoc because he cannot contain them. Also, people are going missing. Okay, so we need to see who's in on it. Treasure and danger in the academia, but not a clue, which means that the religious center and the cemetery. So the church is burying the corpses which are being resurrected as ghouls. I don't know. It's being resurrected as ghouls. That's the danger, right? So like going there, you'll find the corpses of these monsters and then they'll resurrect and attack you. The danger in the academia is, I think, just danger in academia is that the collector has spies who are pilfering the magical monster knowledge from them and will try to eliminate people who touch them. Cool. And yeah, I mean, the clue here, right? So clue here, clue is magical corpses of magical creatures are being exhumed and carried off somewhere into the river. Then we can use the river, right? They go into the river, they disappear. You don't know where the tracks go. You just know that it leads into the residential district. Danger. Not all of the creatures are dead. And like 8 p.m. onward, may encounter grave walker. Nice. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, the secret, obviously, is that the collector is stealing these creatures. The treasure is that he's rich. He's rich add treasure. You could literally just come up with whatever, it's fine. And treasure's at the manor. That's the manor specifically. There's more stuff that could happen in the residential area, but you know, the treasure doesn't have to be in his manor specifically. Clue and treasure, true. All right, clue. Dock worker. Dock worker can be convinced to give up what he's seen of corpses being ferried across the river. This leads people to go to the river, right? Go to the river. Oh, I've seen this late at night. Makes you go there. That's what a clue is. Makes you go somewhere. That gets you closer. Treasure. Maybe something at the bottom of the inn. It is a commerce area. Well, yeah, it's just a commerce area. They just have stores there. There are stores. Stores for which to buy things. Academia. We'll just go through. Treasure. I mean, some weird specimen item, whatever. Danger, we've already said. Spy looting for the collector will attack. The city center. Treasure? Well, it's a bazaar, isn't it? Treasure? There's a wishing well, which is also a scam, but there is money in it. Scam / trap. Secret. Several of our spies for the collector and connect to the manor via the sewers. Nice. Okay. Well, we already have that written up. That's not too dang bad. You could go further and list more things inside of this. You know, various houses and like what might be in them. You just could do that. I'm not going to, but you could, because I don't want this video to be super long. Okay. This is, I mean, I didn't do any of this, but you can, it helps. All right, so we're going to move on to the social encounters, the things that happen whenever you're rolling through town, that is. So the simplest way to do this is whenever your players want to go somewhere, you ask them how they're going to be getting there, if they're going to be going through alleyways, main streets, or local streets, and for each little square they move through, you roll a d6. I just calculate all of that at once, and then I roll the d6 that many times. If they're like, oh, we want to go to the whatever area, the academic area, right? So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I would roll the d6 5 times. So for these 2 squares, if you look over here, you see the main streets. The main streets literally just mean that it is the street that leads to and from the centralmost area. In this little area, it would be E1. So any time they're in a white square, they can use a main street thing instead. Whenever they hit an area like this, they can roll for either residential or they can do alleyways. Alleyways are certainly more dangerous, but it is possible that they find a clue. Okay, so yeah, I'll go ahead and roll those up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so the first 2 will be in the main streets. Roll. Nothing. Nothing. Okay, now let's say that they're going to be using local streets. It's going to take them a little bit longer. Nothing. Another main street. Nothing. And then a residential. Also nothing. So nothing happened, they just walked around. Let's say, for example, that something did happen, though, and this dice actually rolls a 5 or a 6 for once. In a main street, I would roll a d10. Let's go. Whoop, 7. 7, the city's guardians approach you for some sort of routine inspection. Well, that's easy enough. They're trying to check people coming in if they have contraband because monsters are showing up. So they're probably suspicious that, players are showing up and may have monster weird nonsense on them. Nothing really comes of that other than that their notoriety goes up. And now, considering that the collector is having people keep spies on the various people going throughout town, making sure nobody gets close to him, probably easy to say that he's like, oh, new people came into town. Interesting. And may even try to get them on his side and investigate stuff as like a red herring, right? All right, let's roll it again. See another thing that happens. 5, something approaches you looking for assistance, leading you into an alleyway. There's actually pretty good chance that that is a reward and not a trap, but it will be up to the players of whether or not they do that. It could be someone looking for adventurers saying, hey, something's just attacked us, come quick, and then there's nothing there, and it's like, well, you can take whatever this thing had on it, I guess, like whatever, but thanks. Or it's a spy, and then they'll try to kill you because you look like an adventurer. Sounds great. Residential, let's roll one for that. 1, a body slumped over. There's a good chance that it's dangerous. Yeah, obviously, it's probably an escaped monster. But there's a chance that it has a clue. Maybe the monster thingy is dead and it has like a symbol of the manor on it. It's kind of on the nose. But maybe it has like a number that relates to a residential district number. I don't know. Or it has like, it stole cloth from the bazaar, right? Like it took down a thing and ran before dying. Yeah. That's pretty much it. It's not too hard. And this will be more than enough time for your players to, dilly-dally and search around the city. We've got our secrets. We've got stuff to do. The only thing that I'm going to cover now is time. The charts say +1 time, +2 time. Time is an abstract number. However, if you need to put it into minutes, 15 minutes is pretty good. So moving 4 squares will be an hour, usually, if they're taking alleyways or main streets. Yeah. All right, well, that's it. That's how to use the city builder, and that's how to use the social encounters. The longer that they stay in, they tend to get more notoriety, and you don't have to use the city builder social encounter stuff. It's just for using cities and urban exploration as a gameplay element rather than just like, okay, you guys are doing, yeah, I guess there's a shop here and you could probably get there. It's, an actual play space where you can do things. And just by moving around, you will find stuff. So always keeps it interesting. Okay, well, thanks for joining me. I hope this helped. And I'm going to now move on to holding the microphone and talking about where Tales from Myriad is as a book. Hi, it's me. I'm big now. I'm going to be talking about Tales from Myriad. First of all, thank you all, not only for supporting it, but for your patience of getting all the stuff, managing all the shipping things, and, well, on your part, just being patient waiting. I don't actually have any control over the shipping stuff. That's not what I do. I just made the book. That being said, I have the book. It's cool. This is actually my editing copy. It was a thing I got before, so the gold's not correct, but yours will be. So a lot of Americans and Canadians have already gotten their books. Sorry about the whole Canada thing. Not just as an American, but also as far as the, UPS doing the, like $100 extra of shipping import nonsense. Really sorry about that. That sucks. Again, I don't have any control over that. But Europe is currently getting their stuff. They are getting their stuff from Spiral Galaxy. That's the UK-based fulfillment company. Apparently it can't do special characters and got everybody's phone numbers wrong. So thanks for that. make sure you check your emails and make sure that's corrected. Well, the book looks really cool. It's done. Big shout out to everybody in the Discord server helping me find typos now that the book is out. There will ideally be more prints of this. It will be stocked up in the Metal Weave Games store, and those will hopefully have the typos fixed. I'm also currently working on an additional supplement known as, to me, Myriad Housekeeping, which is an appendix full of boss monsters, layers, the player fortresses, any errata, extra items, etc. Well, I don't make a lot of videos because I hate it. I hate having to set up the recording stuff, I hate recording it, and I hate editing it. But I'm gonna do it more for you. Well, that's all for now. Thanks. Bye. I also have a Patreon now. It's gonna have game stuff, mostly art, but sometimes games and stuff that I work on. So if you're interested in that, check it out. Okay, now bye.